Hello everybody, I hope you can hear me fine. Played around with the setups here and I managed to figure out how to add a countdown clock, which I think is going to be so great because it sort of gets you in the right frame of mind, I guess, for me, and it gets people sort of you can be there and you won't miss the start then if you do it that way. How are you? I've been a bit poorly for the last few days, I have to say. I had to stay in bed for a couple of days and not really doing much, but trying to sort of get a little bit better, but I'm feeling much better today. You're going to be with me for over the next few days, and we're going to be doing loads of lovely different projects and bits of pieces. Today I decided to revisit the beaded beads because we did this I think quite a while back, but what happened is that because we changed the camera setup, now you can see things much better and much clearer, and we had a couple of requests that you got stuck with the beaded beads, so we will redo these instructions today, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. So let me just quickly say hello, then I'm going to turn you down. And yeah, I figured out how to put my name up as well. So we had a conversation with Sarah the other day, and I said, like, I think some people don't know who is who, especially if they are new people coming into our lovely beading family, because sometimes you say hello to me when Sarah is on and say hello to Sarah when I'm on. So I think to make everything clear, good morning, my name is Kitty Robinson, and I'm the creative director of Totally Beads, and I'm responsible to come up with, well, one of the person responsible coming up with all the lovely projects and lovely designs and everything else, what you see and what we can bring to you. Right, let me just quickly say good morning, Margaret. Sorry if I missed you, any of you. Morning, Debbie, Elaine, another Margaret, Camille, Miranda, Jan, Edward, Sandy, Lucy, Pamela, Carol, Mina. Oh, Carol is saying, good morning, Kitty, and everyone from here in sunny Devon. I do love that you do put it in, and I think Sarah loves it as well. That has the weather where you are. It's such an English thing that you always talk about weather, and even if my father-in-law, when they're in Spain and they phone up and they say, oh, how's the weather? And I'm thinking, why do you care? You're in lovely sunny Spain. Why do you care, like, how's the weather in rainy old England? But never mind. I think it's because the weather changes so much that we talk about it, and I find myself as well that do asking people, how's the weather? Morning, Lorna, Jean, Alison, Tracy, Brenda, Sandy, Marion, Jane. Right, I'm gonna morning, Anne, Jan, Kieran, Judith. Oh, there's so many. Tugako, I hope I said your name not right. Morning, Mina, Annie, Jean, Lorna, Diane, Alison. Oh, there's so many of you lovelies are here. Betty, Jean, morning, Camille. Right, let me just where's the question? Diane saying question, could we have some different colors in the single bundles? Right, so you have been ahead of me and went and have a look at the website. I'm going to show you what we got on the website. Right, so I love these beaded beads, and I made them small and large, and I'm going to show you some of them, how I use them in home decor, and what the same technique, what you can make a lovely necklace or a lovely piece of jewellery, how I use it in home decor to decorate the house, and it actually looked great with some potpourri on the dining table. Well, it was on a dining table, and then it was on a coffee table as well, and I made loads of them up, and I used miracle beads, and we just restocked the miracle beads on the website, and if you order miracle beads today, the 14mm ones, you get 15% off, I think. Please turn up the sound. Oh, thank you. So because I'm using a different let me just go to the sound effects. I hope I remember how to do it. Just one sec. Is that any better? Can you hear me any better now? Please do let me know. It is very low. Right, what I do, I switch to do switch to the microphone. One second. Oh, this is awkward. I did test it, and then when you hear it yourself back here, and then when you hear it, I suppose through Facebook, it's completely. Oh, where is it gone? Built-in microphone. Right, let me turn you down at the same time so you can look at the lovely, there we go, so you can look at the lovely beads and I can show you, and in the same time I investigate up here and have a look how we can change the sound level on my camera, FaceTime camera. I'm very low here, Lorna is saying. Oh, all these troubleshootings, I guess. Right, sounds. Let's go to... Is that any better? Can you hear me better now? I turned it right up. So it should be quite loud. If that doesn't work, and then what we're going to do, then we're going to change the microphone from the laptop to the camera itself. So do let me know. Sound is okay here. Is Camille saying still no? Bear in mind that you do have maybe about 15-second delay between I'm saying something or showing you something and what you're seeing. So I just changed it. Sound perfect here. Margaret's saying I'll send to try us. No, sound is fine. Lorna's saying no, maybe it's my end. Still the same, I can hear you with my volume up full. No. Right, okay, so let's try to mute this one. I'm not sure. Right, I think I'm going to leave it like this. Can we hear, I think, sorry, in Sunny DK. Right, let's get cracking. We will have a look if there is any problems. I will try to adjust it again, but you know, being me, so not so much technical, but we will see. Right, beaded beads, necklaces. Right, these are the 3 different colors we have on the website separately. Now, usually they should be $17.99 and it's $11.99 today, so they are really good value. You get 3 strands of your smaller pearls, you get 6mm pearls as well in there, you get all your lovely crystal beads as well, so you can make depending of how many you want to make, like sort of how many beads you want to add to your necklace or how many beads you want to add to your bracelets. You can make quite a few out of your kit. Now the bundle is just sort of a collection of colors, whatever we have got in stock. I'm not sure, Simon did say we haven't got a lot of stock of the bundle. Very quiet with my sound up full, hard to hear you. Sanya saying, Kitty, did you know the big show has been cancelled? Yes, unfortunately is. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled. I think it's quite sad, but at the moment we really do need to stay safe and do, you know, whatever again. Right, let's get going. I'm really sorry Lorna's saying, can just hear you now on full. We'd managed to try that on my tablet tomorrow, see if it's any better. I will have another play around with this one because I'm sure there is something in the something somewhere I didn't click, and I think I'll get Simon when he gets home tonight to have a look at for me. But I think as long as you can, don't forget there is an option to put subtitles on as well. So bundle, you just get sort of a color, you know, seven colors in your bundle. You just get a selection of colors, whatever we have the most in stock. Right now, what I want to show you, which I'm really excited about, is, actually don't pop these too far. Ooh, my huge pieces. So these ones I use in home decor all the time. These ones, well, I don't even know where these beads are from. They're 30mm, they're 20mm. But the ones I made from the miracle beads, they just look so lovely. Now these ones, the 40mm miracle beads on the back side, they create, I had some other variations as well. Let me just show you these quickly. Making them for large beads, so each one of your beaded bead is gonna take, and some of these ones I made it with Christopher as well because he wanted, the gold one was his doing. He wanted a few of them, and I think they just look really good. So if you put some pot puree or something in a little bowl in your lounge or kitchen or dining table or anywhere really you want to display it around the house. So I'm just trying to get to my other samples. Anywhere you want to display it in the house, it just looks really good. It just really makes it interesting. So something what you just had, you know, a functional, I guess, with a pot puree to make your room smell nice, all of a sudden it become a really nice decorative ones. And in our old dining room we had these lovely sort of turquoisey colors, so they were in there. And in our lounge we had like a gooseberry green color, and we had some pink cushions and bits and pieces, so that was, I made it to go into the lounge. But once you learn the technique, you can use this with so many different beads. You can do it with so many different sizes. You can make necklaces, and I'm just going to show you a couple of different examples what you can do. Now these are just the beaded beads on a little pieces of cord, 8mm, I think 8mm, they're 6x8 and 6mm beads. But you can make, I had one which has got quite, oh yes, this one. This is my favorite one, and I have worn this one before. So this one, I made the same bead, the same technique, the same pattern, just with different size beads. So going from 8mm, 6x8, 6mm, 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 4mm, 4mm, and 3mm right to the top, and you can create really lovely effects with this one. So in terms of technique, once you learn it, you can do so much with it. You can use it in your jewellery, you can use it in home decor, you can just make one of these and use one of them and use it as a feature bead or use it as a pendant. You can take it even further and do more sort of another middle. I've taken this one a little bit further. I did another middle section to it, and I added some decoration beads on the top of it. So experimenting wise, you can do so much, and I made loads of them up. I'm not gonna get all out because this is my little treasure box here, but actually what I do, I'll bring you in the box and you can see I got loads. I made loads and loads of them up because to make a bead up, it probably take you about 15 minutes, and I kept making them up, and I'm just sort of popping them in a box. Whenever I have, look at those ones. That one with the little rice shape pearls. Once you make one up, just pop it on the side, and I love the technique. So if you only have a half a strand of crystals left or something, which I know I'm not going to use those beads anymore for anything, I just made a little bead and popped it to the side. But depending on what colored thread you use, and yes, you could have it as Christmas baubles as well, little decoration for your tree. So depending on what color thread you use, because Supalon does come in 30 different colors, you could have different effects. So if you see this bead, the bead is exactly the same, it's just the color of the thread is different what I used with it, and you know, it just makes it like slightly different in there. Or I combined different colors. There's loads and there is loads you can do with it. Then saying, can use microns? Absolutely, you can use any shapes, any sizes. I even made a bigger one where I added a couple of beads. So instead of picking up one large bead, I picked up a smaller bead with a even smaller bead on either side of it to make my pattern. And you could do like bead in a bead, so you could have another bead inside a bead. You could do a lot of different decorations. What else have I got here? Well, there's another one, more of an oval shape I made, just with another section in the middle. I'm not sure if I like that one that much. Yeah, that one is another oval one with a just adding another section in the middle, more like an egg shape. Maybe I should do something with these for Easter. I come up with a design and perhaps adding other bits of pieces in there. I think that would look really, really good. Leon is saying, I love the giant ones, bundles for those. Please make Christmas decorations. Yes, the miracle bead ones. And what I loved about the miracle bead ones, and I'm going to pop this to the side because I could just sit here and look at these lovely sparkly crystal beads like all day long. But with the miracle bead ones, because the miracle beads are quite light as well, so they would make a perfect decoration. Now what I used with the miracle beads, and actually this one is not quite right, but because it's got a row in the middle, this one is the right pattern. Must have made that with one of the children. So I used just monofilament with this one. This one I tried it with tiger tail, but I didn't really, if any material what you have I suppose to use, but I didn't really like how this one turned out. So if you do a large one, I would suggest to use monofilament, because these beads have got quite large holes, so you wanted a 0.5 monofilament, and you're going to need about a couple of meters for each one of your beaded beads, because once you made a pattern, you do need to go back and strengthen it and go sort of just follow any thread path or monofilament path. In that case, you can make it. So the 40mm miracle beads are on the, I'm gonna bring the page up and show you quickly, are on the top of the page, and they are on offer today. Just pop that to the side, so let's just go to the website. So if you've been on our website before, or if you're brand new to us today, it's totallybeads.co.uk. right at the top you go into categories, and it's the fourth one on the side, which is called Facebook tutorials, or you can go, if it shows up on your desktop, go on the side as well, you click on that one, and it brings up all our Facebook tutorials, what we had over the last 6 months now. We've been doing these on, we started doing this the 23rd of March when lockdown started, with Sarah Millsap herself, and just been sort of alternating, and I've been doing some and she's been doing some, and we had so many amazing projects. We had some warehouse stores, we had the crystal barrel jewelry study, that was really, really cute. And then after that, we have put like all of August tutorials is going to be on the one, and all of July tutorials is going to be on the one page, because otherwise it would be just so much to show you on each one of the pages. Right, so let's go back, and all the way back to March, you see. So let's go back to and go into today's, which is called Very Berry. We got 3 different colors separately, and if you would like the bundle, you're gonna get 7 color bundles. Now with the separate colors, you do get your findings. With the bundle is just the beads, the crystal and pearl beads only, but you get a lot for your money, because you get 7 times, if I click on it, actually is 3mm, 6mm, 8mm glass pearls, 11mm triangle cut round crystal beads, and I did show you these ones last week on the warehouse tour. You can create around 100 of the beaded beads, so it's a lot. You're gonna keep you busy for a long time, and it's Usually $69.99 and it's $49.99 today. Right, let's get back to the making, and here at the top you have a link for the miracle beads, which I wanted to show you. If you go in there, and they're all 15% off today. Now you're gonna need 2 bags, so whatever color you choose, because what you need to make sure you need 30 beads, and each one of these bags are approximately, I think, 16 beads per bag. That's it, 15 or 16, I couldn't remember. So you do get 32 bags. Make sure you got 30 beads of each color. Right, let's go back to our screen. That's it. Right, let's get started making. Right, I'm not sure whichever color would like me to make. I got all sorts of different colors here, and I think it might be beneficial if I showed you in a little bit larger beads. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 3 different colors of pearls, so when I can show you exactly the steps, so not all of the beads are going to be the same color, but when you're making your own ones, they all going to be the same color. It's just for now I'm going to use 3 different colors. Just grab this one so I can really show you the steps. Are they going to be stand out? Not so much. Let's have a purple one. I think this is going to stand out next to them. That's it. We got nice 3 different colors. Right, put these bags to the side. I've got I made Simon to bring home all the colors for me to work with, because you know me, I can't just work with one color. Right, I'm gonna grab a piece of thread. It doesn't really matter what color I'm gonna be using because they are multicolored anyway. So actually let's go for the tealy color to match at least one of the pearls. Right, Lorna is got a question for us. Was it Lorna? No, Mina, sorry, Mina got a question. Can we use acrylic beads? Absolutely, you could use anything for this technique. Any beads, any sizes, any shapes either, because you could use all sorts of, you could use picons, you could use rounds, you could use rondelles, you could use all sorts of shapes. I think this size, I grabbed the wrong needle. I got this little holder, and I only used to have size 10 needles in there, but lately when I find a piece of needle, I have been just chucking it in there, and I grabbed a smaller one. Right, so I'm showing it to you in 6mm beads. Where is my little scissors gone? Oh, I'm so disorganized today. Because I've been poorly, and I think, and before I was poorly, I started to tidy up my office. So at the moment, I managed to do just a big mess. That's where I am. Where's my little scissors? Oh, there is a pair. Let me just grab them. So at the moment, everything, well, it's a working in progress, as they say. I'm just going to trim the end of my thread so I can easily thread it. And that's it. Oh, Betty's saying the dark purple looks like a bit black currants. Oh, they do. They're lovely. I love working with all sorts of colors. Right. Normally you would do one color all the way through, but I'm going to do 3 different colors so you can really see the steps, what we're going to be doing. You're going to be going round and round with right angle weave around your pearls or crystals or whatever you're going to be making them up. Sharon is saying 30. I think you're referring, you need 30 beads for each one of the beaded beads. Right, so I'm going to start by picking up. So I got a couple of arm span of thread, or maybe a little bit less, doubled over. I can move my needle down as I go. I'm leaving my bobbin on, so if I do need any more thread, I can take more thread off my bobbin and continue, add a needle to it and continue my beading that way. Do let me know if you liked the countdown clock at the beginning, because I really did, I was really impressed with that one myself. Right, I added 5 beads to my thread here. I'm going to go through all of these 5 beads again from the tail end towards my working end to form a circle, and that's going to be our base circle. And pull it out. Let's, no hissy snakes now, thanks. Are we having problem with sand again? I'm sorry, I will sort the sand out for tomorrow. I'll get Simon to have a look at it. Right, what I'm going to do is I am going to zoom in. Here, so you can see it better. How's that? Right, so far all we created is we picked up 5 beads. We went through all 5 beads again to form a lovely little circle. Now what I'm going to do, I don't like to work right next to my tail. You could, if you're working with larger beads with larger holes, you could knot your tail and your working threads together. I don't like to do that, because then as you form a knot on your thread, it could seep into the hole and block you not being able to go through anymore. So with larger beads, with larger holes, definitely you could knot your thread together. With smaller beads and smaller holes, I just go through the next few beads just to give me a little bit of extra strength in my bead there. Right, so we got 5 beads right here at the bottom, and this is where I'm going to change to a different color. So I'm going to use these lovely tealy colors. You're going to pick up 4 of these lovely beads. Paul is saying sand is quiet on iPad and on laptop too. I have another look, but I'm not sure. Why is it not going to the phone? Because that's been turned up. I can either mute the microphone or... Sorry, I'm going to have to sort this out for tomorrow, because I don't really want to sort of sit you here. Right, so I'm going to pick up 4 of these lovely pearls. If you just joined us, I'm Kitty Robinson from Totally Beads, and we are making a beaded bead. I'm going to use 3 different colors of pearls so you can really see the pattern, how is it forming. Let me just take a sip of my water. So we picked up 5 beads, went around in a circle, then went through the next few beads just to work away from our tail. Then we picked up the further 4 beads. I'm picking up different colors here, but when you're making your beaded beads, or especially if you want to make the big ones, you're going to be picking up one color all the way through. So I'm going to go through the bead I'm exiting out from the other side to form my next little circle. So as you can see, we're always working with 5 beads in the circle. Now to be able to add further beads, I need to move along on my base. So as I'm just coming out of this pearl here and there is my thread. I'm just going to go along and go through the next one and pull this up, and then I am in the position to add the next lot of beads. So now I have got one of my 5s there already, so I don't need to pick up 4, I just need to pick up 3 of my beads. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go through this one just here and the one on my base. So I'm going through 2, but I need to go to the side first and then through the bottom one. And then I added my second circle here. Now to be able to add further beads, I'm going to go through the next one on my base again. Just like that. And I'm going to pick up a further 3. Just need a few more of these beads. A further 3 glass pearls. Now again, I'm going to go through the one on the side and the one on the base. And if you can, as you get used to it, you're doing the same step all the way around. And I'm just let go of my tail, because it's gonna be in the way now, and turn it. So now I'm just gonna hold on to my base. Again, I need to go through the next bead on the base to be able to add further. And then I'm gonna pick up another 3 of these lovely pearls. Again, I'm going to go through the side and on the bottom, and all I need to do is to add one more. Now once I get to this stage, when all I need to add my last loop around my last base pearl here, I already got one side here from the loop I just added, but I have the other side as well from the first loop we added before we started going around. So I'm going to go through this one on the base row and up the side on the first one, and instead of adding 3, we're only going to add 2 beads here, because we got 1, 2, 3 in our loop of 5 already. So I'm just going to pick up 2, and I'm gonna go through all these 3 of them, putting them nicely and strongly together. And that's added our last little loop, and your bead is sort of start to half curl at this point, but it's not really a cup shape just yet. It's got a little bit of a cup shape to it, but not a proper sort of circle shape. So I'm going to step up again. I'm going to go through just one of these beads on the outer circle. So now I'm going to treat this outer circle of beads as my base row, and I'm going to keep adding my my beads as I go along to it. Sue is saying, "Hey everyone, sorry late today. Been trying to sort out holiday cancellation and refund. Fortunately with success." Yay, we watched the beginning later. Well, it's sort of like, yay, you managed to sort of get your money back and cancel it, but in the other way, I suppose it's like, oh, we really wanted to go on a holiday and sort of relax. So sorry that you couldn't go on your holiday, but yay that you at least you got your money back and you can replan it for later on, maybe this year or next year. Margaret is saying, we'll be watching this demo over and over as I'm determined to make those for Christmas for my table. Great demo, Kitchen. Love watching. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Right, so we're using the out of circle as our base now. We just went along into sort of, as you can see, there is 2 beads on the top of each one of our circles from the row before we're going to be working with. So I just want to be right in the middle. And I'm going to change the colors again. I'm going to change it to purple so you can really see what bead is what. So I just need a few purplies. Right, I'm gonna pick up 3 because I already have 2 on this row. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go through the pearl from the loop before and the pearl I'm just coming out from, just like that, and pull this up, and we formed our next little circle. Now I'm going to have to turn this around because it's going to start to curl on itself, as you can see, and just want to hold it really nice and tight. Now I'm going to move along, so I'm going to move along 1, 2 of the beads, 2 of the base row beads. Oh, Victoria just came in with a piece of paper. Come on, come in here and show everybody. I need to show you this one. That apparently Dad, show us the paper.
Well, I didn't want to disrupt.
Dad says the sand is low. I know the sand is low, Dad, but I'm not really sure that I tried to play around it. So if you do know how to change the sand, Dad, can you tell Victoria to write in a paper and bring it back in? Oh, bless. Luce, he's watching. Simon is watching. Right, so I went along the next 2. I'm going to pull this nice and tight, and I want to keep it really nice and tight. And this time I'm going to pick up only 2 of my pearls because I have 2 at the bottom and I have 1 from the side already. So I'm going to go through this side one and I'm going to go through the 2 on the bottom and pull this nice and tight. There we go, and then we have our second little loop on there. Now I'm going to go along to step up so I can be able to add further beads. So I'm going to go through 1 and 2. Pull this up nice and tight. I do like to hold the thread down, so if I'm whichever way you're holding, or you would be holding your little beaded bead in your hand, I do like to hold in sort of between my either my thumb and index finger or middle finger, and hold the thread down, my working thread down, between the next 2 fingers, so that way the thread doesn't travel back up in my beadwork, and it's gonna be stay nice and tight. Right, I'm picking up another 2 beads. I need to go through 3 beads again, so I got 1 of the side beads there already and 2 on the bottom, just like that, and pull this up, and again, so we got like 1, 2, 3 loops on there already. I'm gonna travel along. Let's just get this tail out of the way, this naughty tail, just keep curling around. Off you go. That's it, gonna hold it down. And I'm going to move along 2 beads on my base to be able to add further beads, to be in a position. Jenny's saying, I'm glad you said that it was my tablet. I'm really sorry, there is something, there must be a little box, or there is a little something I haven't clicked in the program, and I'm just going to repeat the same thing again. So I just added 2 pearls. I'm going through this side one and the 2 bottom ones. And that's it. And pull this up nice and tight. And I'm going to be turning it. Right, so I'm at the stage that I need to add my last bead. So again, I'm going to move along 2 at the bottom. So I want to turn it that you can see it better. And I'm going to move 2 along the bottom. But because this is my 5th loop, my last loop, I got the side there already. So I'm going to go up that side. And all I need to do is pick up 1 bead and come back down the loop before and the bottom ones and pull this up nice and tight. That's it, and with this we are made our bead. Now what we need to do, we need to take our thread up. So if I turn it sideways, this was our base row, then we added this lovely TV colors, my colors to it, and then we went on to add the purple. So this was row 1, row 2, row 3, and with this we made our bead. However, what we need to do is to come up to the top and sew these 5 beads together to secure them together, because we added all 30 beads into our beaded bead, and each 5 is connected on our bead, but not these top ones. So I'm just gonna weave my thread up and go around these 5 beads. And just sew them around. Now once I made the beaded bead, I don't cut my thread off because I have got probably about a couple of feet left. What I do is to keep going around my bead, following any thread path I have created and just pulling it tighter and tighter and tighter, and that will make a more of a solid bead. Now the thread I'm using is Supilon D, so it's the stronger one, the thicker ones with these ones. If you are gonna, you can even make it with 2mm beads, or you can even make it with seed beads, these little beaded beads. You might want the double A if you're working with very tiny beads. But apart from that, all I'm going to be doing now is just going around, because at the moment, as you can see, it's a little bit squidgy, and once you went around, it doesn't really matter. Like if you look at, oops, I just pinged it. So if you look at your bead, these little beads come out from my pearl. Let me just get rid of that because it's so annoying me. Sorry guys. They get this little bit sort of come out from the inside of the pearls, and then it looks like little dust on my mat, and it's just sort of annoying me. That's better. I think I'm turning into Sarah, because she's the one who sort of likes to clean. Whenever she comes down to work with me in the warehouse or working from home, the first thing she would do is, she's got we got a desk, 2 desks upstairs we work at. First thing she would do, she would come in, she would clean the desk down, she would organize the desk, she would make her a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, put it down on her desk, and get her laptop and everything out, and then start working. And at first I thought, oh, you just just fluff around so much just to start working. And then I understood that actually it's really important, because by clearing up the workplace and by clearing up your desk, and you are mentally preparing your staff for work, and you got a clean slate, a clean table to work with. I'm more messy. I'm the messy one. She's really, really tidy, bless her. But I'm quite a messy person, and I often have things like stuff left over from previous projects on my desk, and really I'm just cluttering it up. So I got into the habit of clearing up and starting with a clean slate in the morning, with a clear table, and by the end of the day it's full of everything again. But at least we started nice and clean and clear. So I'm just going to keep going round and round, and as you can see, as I'm going round and round, the bead is tightening up, and it's going to be more sort of a solid shape. So if you are making, depending of how large holes do you have on your beads, but if you're making a really big one, like I showed you the miracle bead one, which I show you, Lorna is saying in organized case here, yes, that's exactly what I say. I know where everything is. I know where do I sort of have to put my hand to put onto something. But yes, it's organized chaos, because I often start projects, or often start to work out something or a different stitch or anything, and it's just, and then sort of life takes over and you have to do different bits or have to jump back to another project to write up instructions or do anything like that, and that project just sort of get to put to the side. And yeah, organized chaos here as well. I think we all, yes. Jenny's saying, I'm like you, Kitty. We are all different. Margaret's saying, I'm a very messy when making cards. The mess goes from one end to the room to another. Oh, I'm so glad it's not only me, because anything I do, and this is what Simon will vouch for this, anything I do, even if I start cleaning a room, first I make a really big mess, and then it sort of gets organized and gets clean as well. But I love to be super organized and have everything to place and everything, but I think it comes to things like that I don't like to throw things away, always save things, because oh, it will be good for something, or I'll make something else out of it, and keeping things, I guess. So yeah, I got a bit too much, and actually because I was a bit poorly and I spent a couple of days in bed, and I've been looking around how we can improve our video quality even more and do different bits and pieces. I have decided that I am going to redo my office a little bit, and I'm going to box up some of my, I got 2 cupboards full of materials, sewing materials, which I love to use, but I haven't got the time at the moment to even get them out. So I decided that I might box those up and make space for projects what I'm currently working on, and just put them in a spare room or put them in the garage, sort of out of sight, out of mind. I need to go and get some plastic boxes, but I think I will do that. I will go through all of my material maybe at the weekend. And we got so much stuff. We got paints, and we got card making, we got felting, loads. We got paper, decoupage as well. We got loads of what I've been doing with the kids and other bits of pieces, but we haven't used it all up. Claire is saying, sorry, late joining the party. We'll go back and watch it from the beginning. So we are making beaded beads today. I love these ones, because with the same technique you can make very different sizes. And not only you're making different sizes, I use the larger ones in home decor with the miracle beads, and I made other ones as well, but the miracle beads are really, because they got that effect that you can almost see a bead in a bead. I love putting them in home decor, and that one I had it with a little bit of potpourri in there was 2 different colors we had in a bowl in the dining room, because our dining room was that sort of colors, that sort of tealy colors. Kimberly's saying, I can spend ages clearing away, but then I'll come out as soon as I start another project. I know, Camille, exactly what you mean. I spent I was really amazed with myself in the summer, actually, because I think we were still in a lockdown, so it must have been the start of the summer. I really wrecked my craft room, and I taken stuff out of the cupboard and I tidied things up, and I got a few more little drawers and few more little shelves to put things away, and I really tidied it up, and well, sort of one half of it, I guess. And I managed to keep it tidy for at least a couple of months, and it's only now it's got to the stage that it really needs another clear out and tidy up again. And you know, I love my boxes with all the so you can see the light in the reflection, with all the findings and everything else. We sell these storage boxes online as well. They really great. I love them because you can take the pots out separately, you can use them separately, you can put them back in, you can use them in so many different configurations, and they're clear, see-through, so I know what exactly in them, and they're perfect for those, and I use them for my seed beads. And as well, I often take the label off the bag what it comes in and just add it to the little pot, so I know exactly what color number it is. I know exactly, and I know how much I paid for it, or would pay for it. Right, so I think I'm pretty much gone around this bead enough. Now I do go round and round and round until I either run out of thread, or I get to a bead where I can't really force my needle through it anymore. And this one is, I think I just might have just had that one bead, because these ones are still going through. And as you can see, I'm squishing it together again, but the bead is a much more solid, and it's gonna stay nice and round shape. It's not squidgy anymore, but all we did is just filled up the holes on the pearls with the thread itself. Keep going round and round, following the thread path, any thread path. Karen saying, I love to make these, don't know if I will manage, but love the huge ones. Would that be easier for me to tackle? Thanks Kitty for your deal. To be honest, if you had never made it, start with maybe this size, or you could go 8mm beads. And when you go to the great large ones, you can make them, and it's just as easy as make the smaller ones, because you're following the same pattern, but you need to keep this really nice and tight. And with this one, when we're working with monofilament, it's a little bit invisible thread. You would need a 0.5. You don't need needle with it, but it's a bit trickier, a bit more slippery material to hold it together. So if you are a complete beginner, still use needle and thread and just make it from either larger crystals or larger pearls or larger glass beads, and then work your way up or work your way down in size, however you want to do it. But I don't know if you've seen, I showed this necklace earlier where I got sort of quite a few different sizes on there. So starting with the 8mm in the middle, and then they are 6x8, 6mm, 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 4mm, 4mm, and 3mm. This tiny with 3mm at the top. Same technique, same thread path, just using different size of beads. But we had have made them with other different sizes of beads as well. This one is a rice one, and I think I did have a bicone one, but I can't put my hand on it. Let me just lift this box up. Oh no, there's the bicone one. Found it. So with the bicone one, as I said, you can make it with any shapes and any sizes you want. I find round beads are a bit more neater because they sit together better, but you can make it with bicones as well. This is a bicone one, so it's just up to you. I guess what you got in your stash, or what what you want to make. The color of the thread will change the color of the beads if you're working with clear ones. Right, before I sew this off completely, I just like to add a 1 thread knot. So I'm just going to go and catch the thread path between 2 pearls here, pull this up, and before that loop disappears, I'm going to go through this loop. And as you can see, as I'm pulling this up, it will form a knot on there, and I pulled it nice and tight. And I'm just taking it through the next bead or next couple of beads. Never cut your thread off right next to the knot, and just snip it off, and one end is done. I'm just going to take a bit more thread from the other side and add my needle to this one, and just go through the next few beads again, because we didn't knot our tail end and our working end together. I think I bent this needle. Let's have a look. We didn't knot our thread and working thread and tail together at the beginning, so this end is still gonna be loose. Let me just take this through, and that's it. And then I'm just gonna go around a couple of beads, or a few beads. Well, you can go around as much as you need to, really strengthening and making your bead a little bit more solid, a little bit more stiff, if you like. Now if you get to a bead and it's a little bit hard to pull your needle through, you can help it with a pair of pliers. But if I get to a bead where it's hard to pull it through, so if I want to go this way and it's a little bit hard to pull it through, I just change my direction and go the other way, and I try to avoid that bead when I'm strengthening it, because obviously we've gone through quite a few times and we filled up the hole on the bead with our thread. Right, so I've just gone through a few times. I'm going to knot this one off as well the same way. So just coat the thread path between the two pearls there. I'm going to pull this up before this loop disappears. I'm going to go through that loop, and as you can see, it's forming a tiny little knot. And I'm going to go through. You can do this a couple of times if you like, but because you went through and went around and round your bead, as you were strengthening it, it should be really nice and secure anyway. And I'm just gonna go through the next couple and just cut this end off as well. And there we have it. We have our lovely little beaded bead. So it's really, really nice effect. Now I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit, and then I can show you the larger beads again. So once you master it in a smaller settings, you can always take and do larger ones. I do suggest the 40mm miracle beads because they got this lovely effect, and these ones are, oh gosh, I think this one is at least 10 years old. These turquoisey color ones, if not more. I made them quite some time ago. I'm not sure about this one, but going back, as I made them in so many different configurations and so many different sizes, that if I got 30 beads left in my stash and I don't know what to do with it, usually I just make a beaded bead and I just keep putting them into my little treasure box of beaded beads, and one day I'm gonna sort of string them all up and do all sorts of different things with it. I have worn some of these ones and I have used them for various projects. I think they're just a really nice thing to do. Look at those navy ones, but because I got so many of this turquoisey one, I could equally do like a little arrangement, even on a craft table, on the mantelpiece, or anywhere you want to display some of your makes. It's just something different. I mean, you know, sometimes you go into these home stores and places like, you know, where you can buy little decorations for your home, and they are really, really expensive. And this way, actually I might do this. You can have a little, they just give you an interesting feature to your coffee table or dining table, just in the middle, in a little bowl, to really display them what you can make. Oh, look at that one. That will go in that mix as well. Oh, and another big one. So when you got like 30 beads left over in your stash, you don't know what to do with it, just make one of these, and then you can, oh, this one will go in the mix as well. Right, I'm not gonna sit here, well, I could sit here and play with my beads over and over again, but I'm sure you don't want to watch me do that all day. They are really, really lovely. So do have a go at it. Whenever you have a go at it, do put a picture up in any of our groups, because I do love to see what you come up with. Try different shapes, try different sizes, try different colors. try to do the same color or try to mix the colors, they're really, really nice one to do. Once you mastered it, I love, and I'm going to turn actually the camera on me, because I got one of these necklaces on as well. I really do love it, and I do wear this quite a bit because I do wear quite a lot of black and wear quite a lot of grey, but it just gives that really extra detail to your necklaces, really a little bit of extra and you could do these with seed beads, you could do this little beaded beads with loads of different things. Now when you make this little beaded beads, and actually I'm gonna turn it back down because I want to show you on the sample. So when you make this little beaded beads, and it's all in the instructions what comes with the kit, you're gonna add a little, or is it, which one? One of them I know has got a different color inside, so you can see it better. It might be actually the one I'm wearing. So let me just grab this off. When you make your little beaded bead, what I did, because when I'm coming to string it up for a necklace, I then didn't want to see, yes, this is the one which has got black in it. I didn't want to see the tiger tail sort of through my beaded bead. So before I added the last one bead to my little beaded bead, what I did, I added a 6mm pearl inside there. And can you see? There's a 6mm pearl inside there, and that will just, when we string it on, it will hide all our threads and everything what we have on there. It will just make it like a little bit more professional, so you won't see your tiger tail at all when wearing it. But you could make it with all sorts of different colors. We got 3 different colors separately on the website, which is the teal, the gold, and I think it was called lavender. They're available separately. And also we got a big bundle which is 7 different colors. We just pick sort of whatever colors we have in our I just put them like that because I just love them. I could just sit here and play with these because it's something about something intricate and delicate with your pearls, and then your crystals are really, really sparkly, and they're quite special, those crystals, because they are those triangle cuts as well. So no matter how they turn, they always look really nicely. So in your bundle you get a mixture of colors. We will pick whatever is in stock, but that is $49.99, and you get 7 sets in there. So you get 7 times 3 strands of the 3mm, you got 7 strands of the 6mm, 7 strands of the 8mm, and 7 strands of your crystals as well. So making like 100 beads, you can make approximately 100 beads of each one of the colors. In one color you can make about 13 beaded beads with the pearls. So do have a look, do check that one out. Obviously I always say that with a big bundle you can't go wrong because you have all the different colors. I mean, look at how sparkly they are. You have all the different colors there, as well as you're gonna making them over so many times. You're gonna making them over and over and over again, and by the time you do 10, 15, you're gonna be doing these beads without thinking. It's really the pattern sort of gonna sink in, chiseled into your mind, and you will be able to do them. So do have a go at them. I love making them. Do give us a send us a picture. I love seeing your makes, and that's it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, look at that bracelet. When I did it with all sorts of different colors, that looks really nice as well. Just sort of different color pearls what I had in my stash. I think I need probably one more on there just to have, but you could sort of all sorts of fun stuffs with it. Be back tomorrow. We're gonna be looking at duo hole beads or multi-hole beads, mainly the check ones. We're gonna go through all sorts of different ones, different manufacturers, different shapes. They fit together really nicely, and different applications what you can use with them. We have used them before. We have used super geos, we used gemtos, we used the ginkgo beads, quite a few of them, but we're going to go through and have a look at them tomorrow. It's going to be a bit more educational, I guess, for you lot to see what you can do with your all sorts of different shapes of beads. So that's it for me today. Be back tomorrow at 10. I will play around with the program a little bit more, so I'm gonna make the sound a little bit better as well. And yeah, so hopefully, well, I have to get Simon to help me, I guess. But he will be to the rescue later on this afternoon. He will show me how to do it. Right, have a lovely day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, keep on beading, keep on crafting, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.